And this is Mike Sciano in the queue. Welcome to you. This is where we examine the development and integration of artificial intelligence into business. And we feature insights from industry leaders, experts, and thinkers on the impact of AI on organizations and the workforce and your career and your future. And we are very excited to have you here today. It's our pleasure, as always, to bring you the latest in what's going on with AI and business and technology. And today we have a wonderful guest coming up in just a few minutes, Oleg Danyliuk, who is the founder and CEO of Duanex, and he's co-founder and CTO of Insyghtful.ai. He's an AI innovator, an entrepreneur, tech strategist, and he'll be joining us to answer some very important questions that so many people are asking these days, including the two key questions every business must ask when deciding to automate a process or workflow with AI. Business leaders are asking this question: when do we move to AI? When should our process? And maybe you're not asking those questions. So Oleg will bring us up to speed on that. And even more importantly, maybe where will we be with AI in 3 years? Oleg will give us his insight, and it's very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that interview in just a couple of minutes here in the queue. And we continue to hear how AI is beginning to, maybe this Ring commercial, the security company Ring, which ran their new community commercial where you can sign up to share your video with your neighbors, basically giving carte blanche to Ring to utilize your, especially front door video, but I guess any video, as they want to. The goal is, right, to keep communities safe. That sounds ominous. The backlash has been incredible. I'm interested to hear what you think. And this is, I think, just the beginning as AI and technology become more and more intrusive in our lives. When you think about it, we've given carte blanche to our phones to track us and to track everything we do, of course, on the internet as well. We're more alert to it, and now we're getting a commercial on the Super Bowl about it. So it's really in our face. We've got so much going on in the world of technology so quickly. It's amazing. Musk's xAI just got $3 billion in investment from a Saudi-backed AI firm. And as we watch this story about the Defense Department, the U.S. Defense Department, and Anthropic squaring off in a dispute over AI safety, how artificial intelligence will be used in future battlefields is an issue that has turned increasingly political and may put Anthropic in a bind. And we know Anthropic's CEO, Dario Amodei, has been very vocal in warning all of us that it's very important who calls the shots on the guardrails surrounding AI. He says he's deeply uncomfortable with decisions being made by a few companies, by a few people. And this is one reason, he says, why he's always advocated for responsible and thoughtful regulation of the technology. Will he prevail? We'll have to watch and see. And this week's In the Queue recommended reading, Paul Ford's essay in the New York Times entitled "The AI Disruption We've Been Waiting For Has Arrived." Vibe coding headed for all of us, no matter where we work. Excellent article. Definitely worth your time to read it. We'll be sure to post a link to the article on spscontact.com. Of course, that's where you can learn more about what we're doing at SPS Contact. Books we've got out right now: AI is Coming for Your Job, and soon AI is Coming for Your Business. And you can learn more, of course, about our interviews here on In the Queue. Coming up straight ahead, our talk with Oleg Danyliuk. In the Queue. We are very excited for this guest to join us on this episode of In the Queue. Oleg Danyliuk, founder and CEO of Duanex LLC and co-founder and CTO of Insyghtful.ai. He's an AI innovator, entrepreneur, technology strategist. He's very busy, but he did break off some time to be in the queue with us. So we thank you, Oleg, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, hi everyone, and yeah, thank you for inviting me.
We are so excited to have someone like you. You are, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell the audience about yourself, but everything that I've learned about you in preparing for this opportunity, you're thinking very deeply about technology and AI, and of course, you have a background. So why don't you give the audience a little bit of a background? You have two companies, Duanex and Insyghtful.ai. Is there a common thread between those companies that you've started, or are they two separate companies? Give us a little background on you and those companies.
Yeah, they are kind of like technically not related, but they are really, really related for myself. Because I might say that I started actually as a technical guy. So I was a developer, then team leader, also with architectural role. So I'm writing code, and then working for years in outsourcing business because I'm myself originally from Ukraine and we have a lot of IT there. So we do many projects for US, for European Union. And I saw that outsourcing is still broken because companies are just selling developers, and the point is not to complete the project, not to achieve a client's goal, but to sell as many developers as you can. So that's why I decided to start my own business and started Duanex. At the same time, being a technical guy, I'm actually a little bit introvertial. So it's hard for me to sell to go out to some conference, to meetings, and actually tell people what I'm doing. And really, so I'm learning, of course, but I'm not the best sale guy in the
Sure.
world, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and then I meet my co-founder Wu, who was actually already creating this project, which is during the call when you join, it not just taking notes and that's it, you can review them later. No, that doesn't work because it's just too late. It during the call immediately helps you. What can you say? What your prospect meant? What can you say to actually help to understand pain points right away during the call? So you can do actually the sell meeting better. And I loved that idea because that was my pain, really. And
Right.
that's why I joined and yeah, started to work on Insightful.
I think that's common in successful technology companies. There's usually the genius behind the coding, if you will, and usually someone who can sell the services and the tools. What did you learn building software services that now shapes how you build AI products?
Yeah, I see that everything is changing right now. Uh, what I have learned that people uh, they sometimes they are too enthusiastic, and not even people, I would even say companies, and they see, oh, okay, AI, it changing the world, then we gonna smash it all over the company.
Mm,
And then they fail because they invest tons of money, they broke their processes, they don't have the outcomes they expected. And there are other group of people and companies who actually looks at AI and says, no, it's too early, it's not reliable. While honestly, people are also not always reliable, right?
sure.
Uh, so my lesson I learned is actually that you need to follow the trend, you need to implement AI, but just don't break everything. Go step by step, process by process, and that's where you not spending too much money, to not wasting too much time, but you have the outcome, you have the positive results.
What are you hearing more of from business owners? Are they looking to go all in as soon as possible, or are they listening to you and are they willing to take a slower, more step by step transition toward AI tools?
Well, even if I have business owners who actually want to do all in, I recommend them not to do this.
Hmm.
But the good news is that, yeah, indeed, many people they are still not sure, they are scared of AI, and they want to just try a bit, see how it works, and that's a correct approach. The big problem, and that's especially in big organizations, people are really scared of AI. They scared of layoffs, and they sometimes do not want to implement it. So they just stay opposite to AI. So they do not let me introduce it into the process. They do not let me help them. So that's
Hmm.
a big issue when like people are not ready and they are scared, and uh, that's why usually I just show in a lot of examples where like even for myself, for my company, AI helps a lot. So if I even compare right now and just 3 months ago, we are doing much more job every week because of the automation, because of AI agents we deployed. So it really helps. And we never laid off anyone because of AI. We had two cases really. One when we hired people because
Mhm.
like doing more job, we have more prospects coming, more clients, and we just need more people to process it. That's first. And second, yeah, it's less positive, of course, but we didn't lay off, but we hired less because each person we hired was able to do more with AI.
Well, that's good to hear. We hear a lot of horror stories about potential layoffs worldwide because of AI. It sounds like we're not there yet, which is comforting. Uh, and boy, there's a lot out there about AI that I think is really conjecture and not true, but you're hands on out there. So that's why we're so excited to have Oleg Danyliuk on our show, located out of the North Carolina area. Is that correct, Oleg?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, we're glad to have you on the program. Well, give us some more. I mean, you're hands-on developing AI tools. I know you're doing work with voice and conversational AI, which I think really resonates with people, you know, people who may not have a big technical background, but they understand that when they call their bank or their healthcare provider or cell phone company, they may be speaking with an AI system, but it sounds very human. Tell us about the work you're doing there and how it's going and what you're learning.
Yeah, indeed, I work a lot with AI in development, with voice AI as well, and it's moving really fast. So our development team, it's speed up significantly. Myself, previously, like a year ago, I was not coding. I love to code, but I was not doing this because I don't have time. Right now, with vibe coding, I creating small projects actually for myself, for company to automate some processes as well. And I like it, it helps me. And the same with voice AI. When Insightful started several years ago, there was a lot of issues. Not all phrases we could recognize. The delay between the speech recognition and actually the hint we provided. that was like about 2 seconds, which is not much, but if you want this help real time, you cannot just tell to your prospect, okay, can you just wait for 2 seconds? You will not do it, right?
Right.
Uh, and right now we see, especially for the last year, it increased a lot. So almost all of the transcriptions we have, they are absolutely correct. The hint we provide, it's less than 1 second. It's usually like 700 milliseconds. So it's evolving really fast, and the main is that quality increases. So quality of AI, voice
Mm.
recognition, quality of AI agents with the jobs they are doing. So it's going like pretty well, and it's becoming really smart.
It is. That recognition is so key, and it must be fluent. It can't be choppy. I think you'd agree. Well, when a company says we want an AI agent, Oleg, what's your evaluation approach? What do you look at first?
So first, I'm sitting with owner of the process we're automating and actually trying to understand how it works. Because I do not want just to come with my approach, replace everything, and that's it. Because there would be a lot of mistakes anyway, because people are not getting used to that. There would be some edge cases. So getting to know with the approach they use, with the steps they have, we create a planning. So what we replace first, what is a failover plan? Because anyway, it's not even always about, for example, the quality of AI agent. We had even like issues when we automated the process and it stopped working because just there was no auto payment and customer didn't pay for AI token. So it broke, but we had a failover process in place. So people knew what to do if that is not working. So they just switched to the manual process, which is slower, but nothing was broke. Their customers were serviced correctly, so all was okay.
What should a company have in place in a process, a workflow when they begin this transition to AI agents? So, like, are there truths that have to be baked into a process before it's worth automating? Does that make sense when you look at a process or a workflow?
Mhm. Yeah, so I would say my customer needs two things. One is desire. So they really want to not just follow trend, but they want to help themselves to run faster, to have less issues, to be more automated. And second is the process itself. I had a cases when after investigations, I said that, okay, we can automate this, but it will not help you at all. You will spend the same amount of time because we will have bugs, we will have incorrect resolutions. So you will have this manual job, and after agents, it's usually like longer. So it just doesn't make sense. That was the case when it was customer service. They reply to customers, but that was not just like some topic, for example, some part of product, but that was like wide variety of questions. And they didn't have the database with their knowledge in place. So that was a lot of different services. So you could not just like automate this process and that's it. There could be a big project, including data transformation and many other steps, but they were not ready to invest so much in that. And like with small project, I just recommended them that I will rather not do it because you will just spend money without like real benefit.
With Insightful, you are doing all custom work. Do you have off the shelf products as well, or is everything custom?
It's both. So the insightful, we changed the strategy a lot for the last year because this actually also intersects with my Duanex experience. So the reason why we do not break processes for customers also because they will not as well agree to it. It's like really too hard, too complex. The same was with Insightful. So we had like really cool platform, but you will need to abandon Zoom, Meet, Teams in order to use us. And that's what customers didn't want to do. So we recently implemented Zoom integration. Soon we will gonna be Meet and Teams. And right now we allow customers to actually use what they have and also get the benefits from Insightful. And speaking about like what we use in place and custom, so for example, for each customer, there is a basic plan when there is a base database and it helps pretty good, but also, you might go to more expensive plan where you have your own model, which is trained especially for you with your custom data, and it gives you better results. But also, we use some small projects like for lead qualification and Insightful. That's one of my product from Duanex. So it's a variety of different integration, like some custom, some we use
Yeah.
Brady.
That's good. So you're using lessons learned from Duanex initially in Insightful and maybe vice versa. So the companies work in some ways together. It's interesting. So and really everything that's being done is customized at some point within the company. Would you agree with that? So when you get on site, so you've built an AI agent and now you're transitioning, implementing it into the system. How long does it take for that process? So I'm sure you're testing along the way. What is the process of introduction of a tool to where you can then say, okay, this is operating at near 100% and we can back off a little bit?
It really depends because the process might be pretty easy and trivial, or it might be complex and cover different departments. I would say the simplest automation we did was taken like 1 day in development, and then to implement to for people to learn that took another almost week. So that was in total just a week when we switched to it, tested, and that was working, and it's okay. And it's at the same time we have long running projects for like more than 5 years. That's of course like not just only automation, so the different custom development, but still it includes a lot of projects, big and small inside.
What are the metrics you watch for after a go live as you monitor and optimize an agent?
Yeah, we are trying to have a dashboard with all the metrics, with logs, and what we usually measure. Well, first of all, is of course the cost of AI of tokens, because anyway you go to OpenAI, Gemini, or other provider to work with the data. Then we measure, and that's pretty painful because it not depends on us usually. We ask customer to measure the time of the employees. So if they did this job for 4 hours a day and now it takes 2 hours, then the benefit is 2 hours per day, and that's important. And then what we measure is also the support time, because how many time do we need to fine tune the model? How often customer need to actually call us to ask, check something or fix something? So that is also important. It's of course not linear. So every day they need less help, and then at some point it works perfect. But yeah, still we try to measure. We try to predict how many job would be for the debugging, for fine tuning. Of course, the last metric is success rate. So for example, if agent is answering some questions, so we need to know, so what is the percent, like 95% of correct questions, or is it 60?
Let's talk a little bit about the human side of this, Oleg, as you introduce AI tools into companies for leaders of those companies. A lot of them are listening right now. What would you say is the right way to introduce AI and other technology without it creating challenges, anxiety for the current workforce? As you said, you haven't seen a lot of humans replaced through this technology yet. What advice do you have for leaders of companies as they introduce it?
Yeah, I would recommend, and I have seen it several times. That's why I mentioned at the beginning, for example, that we face complexities from people, so they do not want to implement AI because they are scared indeed. And
Right.
what we recommend is to be transparent. So if you automate in some process, it's not enough to just start doing this and tell your employee, okay, this process will be automated, so you will need less time for this. Your employee would be happy, yeah, but at the same time, he understands, okay, if that takes less time, so what's next? So you need to also show the plan. So, okay, here you will be, you will work faster, but still we have such tasks to do which are more interesting for you, and that's where your time would be occupied. So don't worry that you will not be needed in a year or two from now. No, we will need you, but you will work more productively and your work would be more interesting for you.
And it's difficult because everyone's learning how to balance all of this because the technology has come on. It seems so quickly. I know you've probably been working on it for years and years, but for most of the audience, for most people in the workplace, it's just exploded over the past 24 months. And of course, the media has caught on, and AI is just the hot tech word these days and the topic. If you were advising a business leader for the next 90 days, Oleg, what's the simplest AI operating cadence you'd install?
Yeah, I would answer a bit wider if I may. So,
Sure.
indeed, AI is a hype, like everyone hears about AI. But really, I was surprised. If you know, there is a Claude bot which were renamed to I forgot the words. Now it is OpenBot. So it's agent which actually can do on your PC all you can, and that was really a sensation. So that was a step in a big step
Hmm.
ahead for agents. And all my LinkedIn, all my Facebook, so everywhere was open bot, open bot. But then I went to public. I went to some event for business owners, and it appears that I was, I guess, the only one who actually heard about this. Because indeed, I live in this AI technological bubble. I see how fast it's going, but still, there are a lot of people who don't use AI, who knows nothing about AI. And I would really advise to leaders to spend some time every day to try it. Not just ask questions and read the answers. That's not enough right now. So tools, they are agentic. They can do much more. Try all new features, try deep research, try agentic mode, try AI browsers. It will help you to understand what AI is capable of. And you will really like spending at least half an hour each day to just try some new tools, new features, reading news about AI. You will be ahead of 90% of C-level personnel or business owners, and it will help you think differently. You will know where you can use it, how you can use it, how you can make this beneficial to you and to your company.
That's good advice for not only business leaders, but for employees, correct? They
Yeah.
should start to get comfortable with the technology. Well, you're very active in the Wake Forest area. Where can people follow your work, Oleg? Duanex, Insyghtful.ai, and what are you building next?
Yeah, mostly we are active in LinkedIn. That's where all the news we have. Also in Wake Forest area, indeed I'm trying to be active, so we participate in local communities and in a NC Tech, Wake Forest Chamber. I will be doing a workshop in March about building websites and chatbots for business owners. And yeah, I also considering to actually start also other social medias like threads, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
I would be happy if people write me, ask questions. So I'm always open to help or open to communicate.
You seem like you enjoy not just building but teaching. That you really enjoy this subject. You're obviously a technology leader, so would that be correct? You want to share this, and I get the sense that you want people to understand it and not be intimidated by it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that was even surprise for myself because I have two kids and I'm helping from time to time with the school with homework to them, and I like to spend time with them, but I don't really like to help with the homework. But that was strange for me that indeed, like when I joined my first workshop, I really loved doing this. I That was a pleasure to when people said, "Oh yeah, that was great. We had some new knowledge. We will try it at home or at job." When they asked questions, yeah, really, it's great to help people.
We can hear it in your voice. I've got to ask you before we end, where will we be in 3 years? Can you envision where this technology, AI, will take us in 3 years?
Yeah, I would say that at least that's what I'm seeing in programming and development, that coders, they are not writing too many code right now. So mostly AI, and we are monitoring, helping with architecture. And I expect that would be for the rest of the jobs which are on the PC. Like if you're working in Excel, I expect in 3 years you will be able to tell Excel what you want to do and just confirm if he's doing the correct job. Yeah, so and I expect that to be for everything you can do on your screen.
Well, we'll be getting there over the next few years, and you're someone we want to stay in touch with so that our listeners can be in touch with AI as it develops. And we'll look forward to speaking with you again soon. Oleg, thank you for taking time to be with us in the queue.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was pleasure.